Hello there. A top Tory Brexiteer has warned the Prime Minister that her party will split if Brexit promises are not adhered to. Now, before I start, the first thing I want to do today is wish everybody a happy Easter. And the second is to say happy 100th birthday to the Royal Air Force and thank the RAF and all its people for everything you have done and still do for the UK. Long may you fly. Now, Brexiteer and former Conservative Party leader Iain Duncan-Smith has warned the Prime Minister Theresa May that should she fail to take the UK out of the EU free trade area, the party would be divided. The party would split dramatically if that was the case, he said. But he did then go on to say that he didn't think that the PM would go back on her Mansion House speech where she said she wanted the UK to leave the single market and the customs union. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm certain it's not going to happen. Theresa May privately and publicly is very clear we are leaving the customs union and the single market, he said. And he added that an arrangement with the UK outside the customs union made the situation clear. We don't want to spend our time for the next few months discussing whether we should be in or out, he said. Having clarity is critical to get these things done by October. And according to Wolfgang Munchau in the Financial Times, the time for revoking Brexit has passed anyway. And watchers of my more recent videos know that I have also been saying this. In his article, the author says that there is a way to go, but the window for reversing Brexit is closing or has already closed. He goes on to give four main reasons for this. Firstly, that a withdrawal treaty is now very likely to be agreed. Secondly, that opposition fragmentation will make it hard for Parliament to do much more than accept the government deal. Thirdly, the UK economy has not collapsed, contrary to all the doom and gloom peddled by the Remainers. And fourthly, the EU has moved on and has other things like a possible EU-US trade war, Russia, and reform of monetary union to worry about. The writer then shows the long list of things that Remainers have to somehow achieve against the odds for a Brexit reversal to happen, with the result that he says, the probability of a reversal is not technically zero, but close enough to be discarded. The probability of a Brexit without a deal is also not large, but much higher than the probability of a successful revocation. And he ends by saying that the Remain campaign should stop fantasising about a second referendum and focus instead on the post-Brexit period. I do hope that a certain Tory MEP is listening. Chris Tannock, a Conservative MEP for London, has given the government a broadside by telling France 24 that he is ashamed to be British due to its handling of the Brexit negotiations. He said that the referendum outcome had been very distressing and that the British tone to the EU had been very hostile, citing Boris Johnson saying the EU could whistle for its money and Liam Fox saying EU citizens living in the UK were a good bargaining chip. I regard the whole thing as a selfish and destructive act against the EU, which remains the greatest peace and prosperity project in the world, he said. No, Mr. Tannock, it was NATO that gave us the peace, and the EU was formed under the comforting shade of the NATO nuclear umbrella. Without NATO, there would be no EU to speak of. And it is not selfish to want to control your own destiny. The people of the UK have decided that they, not the Eurocrats, know what's best for their future. And of course the Lib Dems are still plotting against the democratic will of the people. Talking to the public French radio station RFI English programme Live on Live, the head of communications and PR for the Lib Dems in France, Dr. Raffaella Kitson-Pantano, said that the upcoming Brexit transition phase was a blessing to the Lib Dems, as it gives them time to show the people what a disaster Brexit is from an economic perspective. The trouble is, though, that every prediction of doom and gloom has been proved wrong, and according to Remainers like the good doctor, the boogeyman is always around the next corner. But however many corners you turn, the boogeyman is never there. What do you think? Please leave a comment below. Thank you. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.